The King reads comments. Alrighty, freakos. What's going on, everybody? It is Big E, and I'm going to be catching up on comments. I'm pretty far behind again. Just get a sip of my drink. I'm at least, I think I'm a week behind. They come in pretty fast because I guess I'm so famous. Yeah, that's what it is. Before I get into them, yeah, I've got a new Let's Play coming. That's right. I mean, I don't know how or why, but I do know how and why. I'm going to be releasing City Skylines 2. And it's actually coming out today, I believe. Let me turn this King's music down. Pipe down, minstrels. It's going to be coming out today, I think, at 1 p.m. I'm not sure how often I'm going to do it. What I might do is just release Skylines every Sunday, once a week, because I have 7 other Let's Plays or something going on. It's a lot. So, now, I had a lot of trouble with the game. In fact, I tried to record about 4 times, spent a lot of time on it. And what kept happening is the game kept just crashing to the desktop. What's interesting is I could not find in my event viewer in Windows, I could not find a crash log for it. And I could not find a crash log in City Skylines. There's a certain path you can look in, app data, local, all of that, like hidden folders, but I couldn't find anything. So that was frustrating. So what I ended up having to do is I had to watch even more videos. I watched videos on how to set your graphic settings to get the most out of your FPS without tanking the game. And it is a very fine balance. I don't have like the most amazing computer in the world, but I've got a really good graphics card. I've got plenty of memory, and I've got a decent CPU. And you can't run the game. The game just does not run very well. And just like the first game, I've noticed as your city starts to grow, the game bogs down more and more and more because you're loading more assets and things into the game. So I'm not sure about the future of the game, but I finally have an episode recorded, and it will be released today at 1 p.m. And I probably will do it just every Sunday. We'll see. Yeah. I love City Skylines. I'm a huge fan of the first game, and there are 4 or 5 seasons out on my channel, I'm pretty sure. I call them seasons when I'll play a map until I get tired of it, or, and then we'll do something new. But so this first season, I guess I'll call it, is just basically, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be me learning all the new things that were added in the second game, and just try to have fun and get creative. It's a very chill and fun game. And I think some of the problem I have with the game is just OBS being open and recording. As soon as I start recording, it taxes my system even more. The webcam will not work. I cannot get it to... I mean, I lose frame rates just sitting on the City Skylines screen. 55 FPS, sometimes a little bit lower. If I open the webcam, it tanks to 35 to 40. It's just bad. And sometimes without the webcam, just in the game, my frame rates will tank to like 20. It's pretty rough. So I've had to do a ton of graphic adjustments, so many little individual settings. I'm hoping what I have right now will work. It's really disappointing, honestly, that the game has not been optimized better. I don't know how long it's been out. It came out last year, but they released it basically broken, almost unplayable. And after a year or however long it's been, it's still terrible. And the price tag on that game is ridiculous. I think they've reduced it by 10% because people were getting refunds on it from Steam and things like that. 10% is not enough. That game should be $20, man. I mean, I realize how much work and stuff they did in how just unbelievably detailed and realistic they made the game. But if you can't play it, it doesn't matter. By the way, big giant shout out to Ojemi58. He gifted me the game. He is a channel member. Jamie, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I just hope I'm able to play the game, and because I don't want my settings, my graphic settings, so low that the game looks like crap. And that can happen. You don't render very far away, and as you're moving the camera, you got stuff popping in. The trees look janky. If it gets to that point, I probably will just kind of give up on it until they figure something out. But anyway, that's what it is. But that will be releasing today. And anyway, let's get into some comments here. Let me switch over to, there we go. Alrighty. So I'm going to start at the bottom. This is from 7 days ago. This is on 97 Camaro versus Big E, number 3. Finally, a car video. Let's go. Yeah. I've got more of these coming up for anybody who likes the IRL type of stuff. And I'm contemplating a different, like a vlogger camera or whatever. The price tag's a little much for me, but we'll see how that goes. The 4K camera I have, it's okay outside. It's not too bad. But a lot of the stuff I do, well, not a lot of the stuff, but I'm going to be inside because I have some different ideas for the channel. The camera I have just won't work in here. So anyway, we'll see. But I've been waiting for it not to be like 100 degrees outside and baking because I'm just miserable in the heat. But I am going to be patching the hole in the hood, sanding it down, cleaning it up. Maybe I'll just put some primer on it, some silver primer. I don't know, but I really need to get that done. And there's also a lot of other things on the car need to get done. This is from Jamie on the Iron Man Challenge, episode 150 from a week ago. That mace is really good. Want to put it on, E? Give it a try. Just kidding. Please don't. I don't know what mace it was that I picked up, but I can tell you. Oh, wait, that's a different Let's Play. Never mind. Oh, he's talking about the Epic. I picked up an Epic, a purple mace from Ngoro Crater, and I've had it. I don't know why I'm holding on to the mace. It's just really rare and classic, in my experience, to pick up an Epic item from a random mob. It obviously can happen, and it does happen, but it is not very often. But yeah, that was very exciting to pick up. We have picked up 3 rares. We picked up 2 or 3 blues, I think, from different things in the game. That's also fun. This is on Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So this game is coming out. This is our new Fright Night series. And it is coming out tomorrow on the 8th at 7 p.m. And I got to say, the first episode I recorded, jeez Louise, I got jump scared to death. It is freaky as heck already. I'm trying not to cuss so much. I'm trying to get better about that. But it sounds weird to say heck. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be fun. Have not played this game either. I'm sure it'll be amazing. So far, I'm already loving it. I'm only 1 episode recorded. I got to get another episode. So it will release every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, so on and so forth at 7 p.m. We did play Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I loved the game. Now, this game, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, it's a first-person view. I don't think RE4 was like that. I think you were in back of the character, that kind of close third-person view. I can't remember, but it's an interesting point of view, and the good God, is it freaky already. This is from Mr. Bill Willis on Ragefire Chasm, Goblin Priest, Episode 1. 20,000 gold will get you almost 3 months of game time at the auction house. Will it? Oh, with the token, right? Is that how that works? That's interesting. Yeah, I've never done played the game that way, but I guess it's a good way to play. Yeah, so I got if you haven't seen the Goblin Priest, I think there's only a couple episodes out. I'm going to be alternating that between the Worgen and the between the warrior and the priest are going to be alternating days. We're healing. I'm a holy priest on the Goblin. I was in game. I don't know. This is like 4 or 5 days ago now, and somebody came up to me, opened up a trade window, and put some random stuff, really random, and then like 19,000 something gold in there. And I thought it was somebody from the channel, but I realized like nobody had seen my character yet or my character name. And I tend to use special characters because once I decide that I want a name, they're usually taken. I'll just use a special character and get it. But it was just some guy said he was quitting. He wasn't playing the game anymore. Gave me all of his gold, which was quite lovely. So, how you doing, Bill? Good to hear from you, man. It is so hot out where Bill is. Ridiculous amounts of heat. 115, 117. I think he told me 117 degrees Fahrenheit is the record, the highest temperature recorded. But he's also telling me at Palm Springs right about now, they've been close to 125 degrees Fahrenheit, man. That is like preheating an oven hot. That is insane. I heard an interesting fact that if I can remember this, and I looked it up a couple of different places, it turns out it is true. It's been hotter in this was actually last year, so it's probably worse this year, but it said in the last 12 months, at some point last year, the temperatures on Earth were hotter than they have been in the last 12,000 years. If that is not a wake-up call, I don't know what is, man. That kind of blew my mind, how crazy that is. This is Mr. David Nelson, Ragefire Chasm, Goblin Priest, Episode 1. Looking forward to all the strength and stamina male gear to drop. Yeah, man, absolutely. So on the Worgen Warrior, it's not even an ongoing joke at this point. It's just a fact. All I've been seeing is like intellect gear or agility gear, which my add-on tells me is better for Arms Warrior, not Fury. By the way, has it out yet? I will be dual specking. Thanks. I think it was Cynics who reminded me I could do that. I am now going to be switching, or I think I've switched over to Arms right now because I like Charge and some of the other abilities. I'm going to mess around with it. I might even switch to Prot eventually and try that, but I have switched over. I'm just messing around with the character. But yeah, all I was seeing was intellect and agility gear. Now I'm on the priest, and I'm probably just going to see strength. Who knows? This is David Nelson. I've noticed you barely need to heal a paladin tank. They have some regen abilities. You will see their health fluctuate all dungeon. Usually fills just as you cast a spell. Yeah, I noticed that too, man. They must have some amazing regeneration abilities because a couple of the paladins, it just seemed like they just don't take damage. It's really kind of interesting. I'll just like keep a bubble or a hot on them. But man, we had I think it was my first episode on the Goblin Priest. There was a Druid bear tank. In bear form, the dude had less health than me as a cloth-wearing caster. He was so squishy. It was ridiculous. But, you know, what can you expect? Not everybody has the heirloom stuff. I actually prefer... I know heirloom stuff is really good, but it's a little bit too good, I think. I don't have any here, but not everybody has it. So, you know, it's like the first dungeon you do if you're Horde, so you're not going to have anything. The guy probably had white and gray gear. Makes it interesting as a healer. Let's get it. Going to be fun watching the stressful situations come up. This is on the priest. Yeah, it does make it interesting. Healing, for the most part, is, for me personally, it's really chill. It's different than DPSing. I don't have to worry about the mobs or whatever for the most part. Basically, just, you know, keep the tank up and put hots on the other players. It can be interesting, that's for sure, with big pulls. Or somebody gets charmed or feared or whatever. So I've always had fun healing, so I'm kind of glad I started this again. This is Dustin Dixon. What's going on, Dustin, on episode 1? A new potential series. It actually is a series. I've decided I'm just going to keep doing it. Now, I don't know how far. I don't know if I'll go to max level or whatever. We'll see. I keep myself pretty busy on the channel here. Too busy, in fact. Rob Bomford. Definitely make this a series. If you can fit it into your schedule, man, it would be cool to have 2 kata characters going. Wish granted. Wish absolutely granted. How's it going, Rob? The King Reads Comments, number 9. This is the King Reads Comments, number 10. 4044. Can't wait to watch your play of City Skylines 2. It'll be such a chill and cozy Let's Play, I can imagine. Looking forward to it. This is the man who gifted me the game. Thank you, Jamie. Episode coming out today. So the way that I release my videos, I start at 7 a.m., usually with, well, right now it's the Hardcore Iron Man, 7 a.m., then 9 a.m. for the next one, and then 11 a.m. every 2 hours. So I just decided to put the City Skylines today at 1 p.m. because I have 3 videos a day, and that's a lot. But with the way that with YouTube, I don't know if this has changed yet. I don't think it has, but they only give me 3 notifications. So, you know, if you're subbed to the channel and you have the bell notification icon turned on, whatever, when I release something, you get a notification, whether it's a video or whatever. But I only get 3 of them. So if I do more than 3 things, the 4th thing, you don't get a notification. So I'm letting people know. Of course, if you follow the channel, you'll see like the red, is it red or green little dot by the name when something new happens on their channel. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. This is on the King Reads Comments, number 9 from Jamie. Thanks for the amazing IT backstory, Eric. I'm super excited about this. And I'll see where the programming will take me. He's gotten into a university, I think in Stockholm, I believe. Is that what you said? Good luck, man. Enjoy it. Have fun. Keep an open mind. It's an interesting field, for sure. I'm excited for you. I really am. Good luck with that. I agree 100% with the fireworks. They are just bad. Nothing good about it. I was complaining about the 4th of July. Same thing with New Year's Eve. It wasn't actually too bad here this year, but we did have people in the neighborhood with their own fireworks. I don't think they ran too late, but I'm not a fan of hearing the pops and the bangs and the explosions all damn night. Just call me old or whatever. I just don't want to hear it. This is The Pursuer. I think the episode system is great. I think it's just that some games are way longer than others. Red Dead 2 is a game that can easily be 100 hours plus. I've heard this for your first playthrough, and even more if you want to. Therefore, there are going to be some series that are just super long. Don't get me wrong; it's not a bad thing. Yeah, I think I have Let's Plays on this channel into the 200s episode wise. I have no problem. I don't care how many episodes it is. If I'm having fun with the game, and especially if people are enjoying it, I'll do 1,000 episodes. I had a comment like this before, and then the comment disappeared. I think some people might leave a comment and then decide not to put it, leave it or something. I don't know, but I tried to respond to it, but it was gone. But the guy was basically saying, yeah, good luck with this Let's Play. It's over 100 hours long. Like, it just doesn't really matter. I mean, this is a YouTube channel. If I played the game in my, like, by myself or whatever, not recording, it would be the same amount of time. Essentially, I'm just recording as I play. And if I'm having fun, I mean, that's kind of what a YouTube channel is, especially a gaming channel. So it could be 500 hours. If I'm enjoying it still and people are watching, I'll just keep doing it. I think of episodes is what I call them, you know, each video in a series. I think of them as if you're watching some show on Netflix or whatever, you know, they break them up, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. That's what I've tried to do, and then call it a season. Love Red Dead 2, man. What a great game it is. It's just insane. This is The Pursuer, 52 at 52 minutes. Oh boy, can't wait to see you react to the end game. Let's see what the timestamp is here. I just feel like that's coming up. I feel like there's going to be this big revelation. Something's going to happen. I'm real interested, but I know what that is. I do know what that is. Let's hide this. I do this so much over here. The recommended videos YouTube gives me. I don't understand. I really don't understand how the recommendation system sometimes with YouTube. For about a week straight over here, it seems to be always like this third or fifth video. They were recommending that I watch people play like gambling games. I'm not into gambling. It doesn't interest me at all, and I damn sure don't want to watch somebody. But every time I would switch a video, they would recommend it. So I'm in the habit. I'll click these three dots. I'll put not interested, but I'll usually just say don't recommend channel. It doesn't seem to matter at all. They just, God, they were cranking them out at me. I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but it drives me absolutely nuts. So I probably, over on that right side, I probably hide probably 20, 30 videos a day on YouTube over there, or don't recommend the channel. But yeah, so what he's talking about and what I've been talking about in these Red Dead Redemption videos, pretty early on in the game, I felt like you kind of get a hint at something that happened, because the main character, Arthur Morgan, was, I think, adopted or taken in by the gang leader, Dutch. And it was, I don't really understand the circumstances of that. And it's also some stuff happened in this place called Blackwater, which we can't go into. I have a feeling personally that Dutch may have killed my parents or something. Something happened. I'm not exactly sure yet, but Dutch has been, it's becoming more and more clear. Also, other people in our camp and our gang are starting to see it. I think there is going to be a split in that game. I don't know what's going to happen, and I like it that way, but I can't wait to see what happens there. At 5615, have you done some side exploring, going on your own, trying to find the hidden things and mysteries the game has? ? I guess I'll find out when I start watching the episodes, but I'd like to know if you have found something cool on your own. There's so much stuff in the world, it's easy to miss a lot. There are a ton of stuff in this game. This game is completely worth, you could have 100 hours in this game, not doing any quests, just exploring and finding things out, running into strangers. I actually have, Pursuer. I did a little bit of the dinosaur bone collecting. I did some of that off camera, where I didn't set off to do that. I was actually exploring where they have animals marked on the map, looking for legendary animals, and then I would come across dinosaur bones. I had a quest for that. I haven't done a lot of that stuff lately, like the legendary fishing quests. I also have a side mission to find like, I want to say artwork, not artwork, but like carvings, cave carvings or mountain carvings. I have a couple of those things. I just haven't been focused on it. I haven't done a lot off camera, honestly. Maybe an hour total, hour and a half. But I haven't actually done that in a while. But again, yeah, so much to do in this game. It's insane how much content they put into this game. This is Saved by Grace. I have 2 WoW accounts connected to my game manager. The first account was my original, and the second account was purchased in Wrath. Fortunately for me, I don't experience the same thing as you do. It's always defaulted to my original account. Okay, I'm very happy that that's a thing for you. It is not a thing for me. It's not a thing for other people. So what he's talking about here is, so I have 2 completely separate accounts. I have a US account or an NA account, and I have an EU account. And the reason I have an EU account is because a couple years ago, I played with Josh. He's another YouTuber. We did a co-op Let's Play on Blood Elf Mages. His channel is, I'll show you his channel. He started posting again recently, but he hasn't posted in a while. Where the heck is he? Did he get rid of his channel? He's turned it off. Oh, I'm looking one by one here. Yeah, he does this sometimes. Some of you on the channel might know who he is. So he was posting and then he stopped. And then he came back and he posted 4 or 5 videos, and then now he's turned it off again. But anyway, I was doing a co-op. He's in the EU. So I had to make 2 separate accounts. I used 2 separate email addresses. I don't know if you have to do that, but that's how I found a way to do it. But what happens is every time I open up well, not every time, 8 out of 10 times when I open up BattleNet to log in, it automatically switches to my EU account, and underneath of it, it says, your subscription's expired. And I know Cynics, I think, ran into this. It happens to Travisine. So you have to select. You have to click and select which one. And for me, obviously, it's always my North American account, my U.S. account. But almost every time it switches to the EU account, and I have to switch it back. And I think the reason it does that is because they're just trying – it's just a greedy tactic to make you think, oh, no, my subscription's expired. Well, here's my credit card number. Here's another $15 a month. It drives me effing crazy. And I've sent a couple of tickets to Blizzard, and they basically said, there's nothing we can do about it. We'd have to delete both of your accounts to get rid of the other one, which is BS, if you ask me. Anyway, I'm glad it doesn't happen to you, man, because it is quite annoying. I mean, it seems like a little thing, but when this is like every day, a couple times a day, it's like, for F's sake, just, stay on the one that I put it on. This is Cynics here. I actually left a comment on how to fix that Night Saber roar, but I think it got blocked because it had a link. I'll post it again on this video. Yeah, links do automatically get blocked, and I have it set like that. The reason they automatically get blocked is because you have people out there. This was happening to me a lot when I first started my channel. People would leave they would edit the link. It would be a hyperlink, but it would just be like random letters or something, and it would go to like a porn site or something. It was ridiculous. I have to set it like that because it will still happen. So blinks are automatically locked. I never actually saw it. So what I can usually, where I sometimes will see it is over here, anything that's held for review. Anything that's too long. What's weird about this held for review is sometimes it's from my regular commenters, no link. I don't really understand it. But what I'll do is I'll just approve it. But sometimes if it's held for review, I come here and I approve it. It's supposed to move it here to my published, but it just disappears. I just never see the link again. I'll just like reset down here. Let me scroll back down. Yeah, I didn't see it, man. Sorry about that. I actually know how to do it. The hell? Oh, I guess I hearted you there. So once I heart something, it appears, it'll tell me that like I've responded to it, but I know how to do it. The problem is I can't find the sound ID file for the classic Night Saber mount because there's an add-on or something you can use, or it might be a console command. I'm not sure. I have it in a text file over here. All you do is plug in the sound ID file and it will mute it. But I can't find one for classic. I can find one for like a retail with a different type of mount, but the noise isn't the same. So that's really the problem I was having. But I appreciate you trying to figure that out for me, man. This is on the apartment tour and keto meal. From Cynics. The keto interests me. I hear about it a lot, but I probably eat hundreds of carbs a day. I usually eat a lot of rice products like rice crackers and biscuits and those types of things. Yeah, keto is just it's just a cleaner way of eating. I mean, there's no like magic trick to it or anything like that. I'm not super hardcore. Currently, right now, I am because I'm including a 20-hour fast, but all you're basically doing is cutting out a lot of BS in your diet and just eating cleaner, high protein and high fat, and getting rid of really highly processed and refined white sugars and high fructose corn syrup, just the garbage food. And you're reducing your carbs by a ton. So the value, the calories that you don't really count calories, but the caloric value of the food you're eating is very nutrient rich. So it's not like all of this extra BS, these BS carbs. But anyway, I enjoy eating keto, and even if I'm not fasting, I for the most part will eat keto friendly foods. Keto is just short for ketosis. But if you haven't watched this little video over here, you can actually see it. Apartment tour and keto meal. I think I explain a little bit to the best of my knowledge about what ketosis is and what it does for you. This is Cynics on King Reed's Comments number 9. My mother actually breeds Maine Coons and goes to all the cat shows as well. Granziver, Glenn on the channel, I think he has Maine Coons too. Those are beautiful cats. They are large, beautiful cats. So I deal with multiple of them every day, both as pets and caring for. They are very expensive. Those types of cat breeds can reach up to $5,000. Is that Australian AUD for the boys that grow huge? I do know about the prices of cats. Well, I mean, I'm not an expert. My wife used to breed Bengal cats, and the price tags would be insane too. They do require a lot of work and caring for as a pet, but it's totally worth it. Actually, one is sitting in my lap trying to lick the phone screen as we speak. And the food they eat is expensive raw meats. They won't eat cheap stuff. I think they actually cost more to feed the three than myself. I wouldn't mind one of those Savannah cats, but unfortunately they aren't allowed here, as I believe they're a wild species and not domesticated. I also don't mind Persian and exotic short hair breeds with the flat faces, and will probably end up with one day, man, but they require so much grooming. Luckily, I have my mom who's experienced with all that. Otherwise, I'd be screwed. That's interesting, man. Yeah, there are some crazy, well, not crazy. There are some really beautiful breeds of cats. And the Bengal cats that my wife used to breed, well, she's my ex-wife, I always thought they were kind of feral as well, but obviously it just depends on what you do with them as a kitten. You know, they'll basically eat whatever you put in front of them as long as you start when they're kittens. I'm not a cat expert, but they were just beautiful, beautiful cats, different coatings and markings. And the Maine Coons are just incredible, like the long hair and stuff. They look really, really cool. That's cool, man. This is Jamie on the apartment tour. What a sad little tour that was. Terrible quality. Nice video, man. That's a lie. I watched the old apartment tour as well a while ago. Really nice and cozy, placey. I could live there myself. Well, I'm used to it. It's really small. And I've done my best to make it feel like, not a prison cell. But I cannot thank you enough for the second part of the video. I will 100% try this after my vacation. Mallorca is an island in Spain. Okay, I thought that sounded, when I first read this word, it didn't sound Swedish or Finnish. It did sound Spanish to me. I'm around 176 pounds. That's 80 kilograms, but not super tall. So I'd like to reach 150 or so. I own an air fryer and use it already pretty often, so I will and use it already pretty often. So I will use this exact thing. Buy a lot more salad than what I do and just eat meat, fish. Seems easy, and I think I have the willpower and dedication to do it. We'll update. Please do, man. Thanks, Eric. You're a great guy. I hope you know that. My friend, love you. Well, I love you too, Jamie. Thank you for the kind words. Have fun on the island in Spain. That's awesome. How long are you going on vacation? I haven't taken a vacation in quite a while. Two Christmases ago, I went home to Virginia and stayed with an aunt of mine and visited some family. The thing about when you do that, in my experience, I'm not somebody who's taken a lot of vacations, but they can actually be more stressful in work than if you just stayed home and did nothing. And I know some of you know what that is, especially if you have a family. You know, if you have a wife or husband and kids and stuff, you may have all this stuff planned. And it's just, to me, it's just exhausting. I've been to a couple of islands, Bahamas and things like that years and years ago by myself. I would plan nothing. Like if I'm going to a beach or an island or something or wherever, I want to wake up and not have to worry that I have something scheduled or I have to do something. I like keeping it completely open and just doing whatever I feel like. If I want to just go outside, sit in a chair, and then it's like, you know what, well, I'll walk over here. That's what I'm going to do. I don't want a whole bunch of stuff on a list I have to do. Yeah, man, eating keto is, well, it's easy to do, as far as what you eat. Really, all it is if you're somebody who eats a lot of sugar or junk food, it's hard to not eat that stuff anymore. And with keto, you're cutting all of that crap out. It's hard to do. Sugar is a chemical addiction, and it's hard to not eat it. You will crave it and want it. That's the biggest challenge of it. This is Cynics on Ragefire Chasm, Episode 1, Goblin Priest. Kata dungeons were nerfed by 15%. If you see that Luck of the Draw buff you have, the heroics were decently hard before the nerf. You will definitely still wipe in heroics if you don't respect the mechanic. The dungeons that were really hard were TBC heroics by far, and I missed them. The mobs literally did like half your HP each hit. The mechanics in that expansion were not hard. It was just classic MMO, simple combat, but things just straight up hit hard, which I prefer greatly to all the complex mechanics. I do too, man. And I think I was talking about this in Cataclysm. I don't remember it being like this when I originally played Cataclysm, but who knows? My memory isn't the best. I like the idea of pulling packs of mobs, 4 or 5, and really have to pay attention in it to be a challenge. Man, the way that we've run dungeons on both the Warrior and the Priest, man, the tank is just running through for the most part and pulling multiple packs. Sometimes you'll pull a boss plus another pack, and it's just not much fun for me personally. I don't like feeling too overpowered and like a superhero. I'm not saying my character specifically, but the groups you get in. I'm glad to hear that heroics are not quite like that, because it's, like I said, it's just not my cup of tea. I guess some people like that. They just want to, I mean, I realize they're using dungeons they're spamming them and just level up really quickly to get the end game. But I wish there was a different option. Maybe 2 paths you could take, a challenging dungeon or just leveling dungeons, something like that. But yeah, man, I agree. I kind of like it. It's more interesting if you can wipe, you got to pay attention. This is Cynics on the Worgen Warrior, episode 23. You can charge in Berserker stance and in combat with the intercept ability. However, I believe it costs rage, and you can just macro auto attack in every ability, so you don't need to right click. Yeah, I do need to do this, man. Right now I have auto attack keybind, and it's not working for me. Yeah, thank you for this. I'm going to use this. I do need to keybind a bunch of stuff on the Warrior, because what happens is, like, anybody who's been watching my channel knows I'm horrible at keybinds as it is. In the beginning of my YouTube journey, I was clicking buttons. I would have a bar and I would click them one by one. I've gotten away from that for the most part, but it depends. I'm good for 5, maybe 6 keybinds. Beyond that, man, it is a struggle. And I also struggle to remember what I've keybound. I'm best with like 4 or 5 in my rotation. But what's happening is it gets kind of hectic, and I'm running around. Especially if the tank is kiting mobs all over hell and back. I'm having to move and click. It's rough for me. But I find myself, I'll just be standing, and I'm trying to target a mob, but my character's just standing there not doing anything, and I'm spamming my auto attack, but it's too far away. It's ridiculous. Thanks for this, man. I do really appreciate that. I'm actually going to copy this. This is what I do so I don't forget. I mean, I should really know this auto attack by now, but I suck. Thanks, man. This is Daniel. What's going on? Apartment touring keto meal. I was somehow waiting for the hidden king's room with the fireplace and walls made out of stone blocks and metal chandelier. Yeah, I wish I had that. You saw what my place looks like. Thank you, man. He's been publicly subscribed to me for a year, and he has been a member for 7 months. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Rob Bomford, episode 23. Rob has been he's a new member, 1 month here. Remember, you can equip the axe Torment gave you. Yes, I do have it on. I don't know if there's an episode out yet because I'm just a little bit ahead, but Krang the Decapitator. Yeah, I do equip it. It is a beautiful, beautiful looking axe. Thanks for reminding me, and thank you, Torment, for giving it to me. This is on the Iron Man Challenge 155, The Pursuer at 632. Dude, that's Fandral Staghelm. His story is kind of sad, but pretty interesting. He is actually kind of an important character in vanilla WoW story context. He even becomes a raid boss in one of the future expansions. You definitely need to watch some lore videos. I would recommend Platinum WoW, as he has pretty much all the vanilla BC lore covered and a lot more recent stuff as well. Go to his channel, then to his videos, and scroll down until you find What Do I Want? Why Do I Want Them Dead? From there, he starts a ton of lore videos, mostly focused on vanilla. It was at that time Classic came out. Only thing I'm not sure about is if you like his style. But thanks to him, I literally know everything about every zone, its enemies, its characters, etc. It's really cool to know the actual story behind the places you have visited at some point hundreds of times. P.S. One of the videos that tell part of his story, Why Do I Want Them Dead? Enemies of Encourage. One of the videos that tell part of his story is that video. Yeah, so I know who you're talking about here. I think this is the guy that has the unusual voice. I'm probably making fun of him. It's so weird, though, that they did. Yeah. Yeah, I know who this is.
Tyrande has no idea how to lead our people.
It cracks me up every time. What's interesting about his voice as a druid, it's not the voice you almost always hear from the main druid. I found that very interesting. Yeah, man. So as far as lore in Warcraft, I don't really know anything about it. And I actually have books on it, and I started to read, but I've not finished them. That's one thing that's never connected with me too much. It's just not, I'm not going to say it's not interesting to me, but I've just never really gone down that path. If I'm doing something in the game, so another problem is I'm not reading Quest very much anymore. I've done that in the past, and I like actually reading Quest. You find out so much more that way. But I don't have a good memory as it is. But the lore just has never been super big. It's never really resonated with me. It's pretty overwhelming. I've got 2 books on World of Warcraft. It would deep dive into lore, and it was just so overwhelming so immediately to me. It's just never really interested me that much. But, I mean, I would like to know more. I think I'm just lazy. It's all it is. But I appreciate it. I'll check out that guy's channel, man. For sure. I'll check it out. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, and I do make fun of characters and stuff in the game, and I don't really know their backstory. I don't think they care because they're just lines of code, but I've just always found that interesting. His voice. It's like they did it. Maybe it was an original voice or something. I'm not sure, but it's completely different than all of the other Night Elf males in the game. User LP9GD5BD8F. This is one of my biggest commenters on Red Dead Redemption. How's it going, man? Is it too late for us, Arthur? Probably. So this is probably a reference to the video title here, Arthur Has a Date. I kind of remember that episode. We do go on a date. I think it's, oh boy, what's her name? Is it Mary Linton, I think? May have been. Not to be confused with Miss Downs. But thanks for your comment on that. It's a double comment there. I think. That happens sometimes. I don't know why that happens, but it does happen. Double comment there. Dustin Dixon should be able to get higher first aid now. Yes, I do remember. Well, I didn't remember. You guys reminded me. More than one person has reminded me, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, I could get fell cloth. Is it fell cloth or nether weave? No, it's not fell cloth. That's not a thing. I think it's nether weave. Yeah, I come in an upcoming episode. I do make a special trip to Menethil Harbor, talk to Dr. Gustav, learn both of them. Thank you so much. So the heavy nether weave or whatever the cloth is, it actually restores more health than I have on my character, which is fantastic. I just kind of forgot, wasn't even thinking about it. Thank you guys for reminding me. I appreciate it. This is Dustin on episode 155, the Iron Man Challenge. That was kind of a risky episode, thanks to Fellwood. I like the place, but man, are mobs close together. Yeah, the place where the demons are back there, especially the stealth mobs, it's not a good area. At least it's not for my level. It changes if the mobs are green to you, even with stealth mobs, because if the mobs are green, they have a much less radius where they'll see your character. But yeah, we're doing some risky stuff. It's kind of unavoidable, honestly, at this point, because we're level 55 or 56, whatever. We're just in those end zones, and they are damn dangerous. And the mobs have like 3 times the damn health that I have because we have no gear. This is going to be the most dangerous part of the journey is 55 to 60. And I'm going to do my best to be careful. Bounty hunting is my favorite thing to do in this legendary game. Bang, bang. I love the bounty hunting too. And they change it up. Sometimes they're wanted dead or alive. Sometimes you have to bring them in alive. They almost always have some little cutscene and story with them. The game is amazing. It really is. It honestly the best game I've ever played. It is incredible. The story is so rich. And I know I say this all the time, but I can't say it enough. It is phenomenal. It really is. You talking about, it's just a work of art. So much time and effort went into this game. It is incredible. This is what games should be, in my opinion. This game's worth $100 effing dollars, in my opinion. It's just incredible, man. Thanks. I don't know what to call you, man. It's weird saying user LP9GD5BD8F, but that's what your handle is. Maybe you could change the handle. He's like, that's my given birth name. That's what it is. So say it every time. Thanks, man. This is Jamie on Dark Magic Hogwarts Legacy. Hold on, I need a drink over here. It's a lot of reading. Cheers. Looks like Kool-Aid, but it's not. It's just water flavoring. Pretty good. Damn you, E, not the cliffhanger. This part is so awesome. So cool when I played for the first time. So, do I remember what's going on here? Oh, yeah, I think I do. This has to do with the Crucio curse, I do believe. This game is getting interesting, too. I'm really liking Hogwarts. It's different from anything I've played. It's a lot of fun. The characters, I like the voice acting. The game is beautiful. Holy moly, is the game incredible. So much to do. It's just really, really good. An excellent job they did. I'm really enjoying Hogwarts. I'm not very good at it, but it is what it is. Mr. Bill Willis, one of my long-term channel members and supporters and a personal friend of mine. Apartment tour and keto meal. Proof that Big E has legs. We so rarely get to see them in the Let's Plays. Yeah, you'll never see my legs in the Let's Plays. Unless I ever do like a VR game where I'm standing up or something. Thanks, Bill. I do have legs. I've been working on the legs in the gym, too. It's hard to build for me. It is. Hope you're doing well. Stay cool out there. Catfish Jackson, kind of a creepy place, in my opinion. You're doing excellent, Dark Alpo. Sometimes a random tree jump scare the horse. Is that right? My horse, I've seen my horse. He will get scared with any kind of predator, snakes, alligators, whatever. But What this is on Something Comes to Camp. Okay, this is a little bit ago. Yeah, that was a creepy episode, man, for sure. This it's hard to see in the thumbnail, but was it the what you call them? The Lemoyne Raiders, I think, decapitated one of our gang members, strapped him on the horse, and he rides into camp as the headless horseman there. Kind of freaky. Casatali. He has been publicly subscribed to me for 1 month. This is on Bear Freaks. The Iron Man Challenge. At 8:15, Morning Glory Dew is fine. Once you are Argent Dawn friendly, you can get enriched Mana Biscuit. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I don't think there's another drink we can get that's better than the Morning Glory Dew. Yeah, so right now that's the highest drink I can get. Morning Glory Dew, as just like you're saying here, it is fine because it restores more mana than I have. But it is nice to have a higher level drink because you just restore your mana so much more quickly. But thanks for letting me know about the Argent Dawn. I do have the trinket where I can collect the Scourge Stones and things, and I will be going back up that way. I also believe there is a poison, an anti-venom, anti-poison recipe that I can learn with my first aid that'll cure poisons up to level 60. I would like to get that, but I think like he's saying here, I think I have to be friendly. I'm kind of hoping some stuff pops up at neutral, though. I'm not much of a grinder. Thank you, Casatali. Appreciate it. The Pursuer on Bear Freaks. I wouldn't say you're overdoing it with the videos, man. Your output is pretty similar to other gameplay type of YouTubers. Oh, really? I didn't actually know that. I thought it was way over recommended. You upload 3 hour long, give or take, videos a day, but I know that many do 1 or 2 a day. Plus, most are also live streaming. Yeah, I've not live streamed in a while. That's something I hope to do on the channel again. And I've come close to doing a couple of surprise live streams, honestly, just the past few weeks, but I've not been able to get it done. I've gone so far as turning all the lights, changing OBS to my live stream settings and all of that. Gotten ready to do it, and just too much panic. I don't know what's going on with me lately, but it's been a problem. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. Most of the YouTubers I follow they're doing 1 video a day or 1 video like every other day or so. I feel like I'm putting out way too much stuff, but I like to hear stuff like that. This is David Nelson on Bear Freaks. It's anything in the game. If I can't remember the name, if you've been following the channel, you'll probably just hear me refer to them as freaks. So I forget what they're called. Those large roaches, water bugs or palmetto bugs, are a pain here in North Carolina. I used to live in North Carolina myself, man, and yes, they live where there are trees and leaves. They're constantly trying to get into cool areas like your house. Ours don't outright fly like the ones further south, but they do flutter to the ground. Yeah, this happened to me yesterday morning as I was leaving for the gym. So my door doesn't seal very well. It's like an older place. And bugs love to get in the shadow in the crack of the door. And when I open it, right in the house, man. I'm actually in the habit, every single time I open my front door, I'm standing back a little bit, ready. Because I open the door and then I have to push the screen door open. They'll just run into the damn house and I have to get them the hell out. I cannot stand those roach-looking things like this effing big. Nope. I don't want them in my house, man. Yeah, David, I lived in North Carolina too for a while. I lived in Fayetteville, mostly around Fayetteville area. And I also lived in Newbern. I lived at Cherry Point and Wade, North Carolina. Also worked in Raleigh for a little bit. I do not miss the humidity or the bugs. On episode 24 here, by the way, this episode 24, the thumbnail has changed. I had it mislabeled. I think I had it labeled as Strathholm, but it was the wrong episode, I realized. So I changed the thumbnail on it because we didn't do Strathholm. It was a good thumbnail. Maybe I could get it again for when I actually do the Strath home run. But Torment, don't forget, in your banky, you have that two-handed axe. Yes, my dude, this thing is equipped, the Decapitator. In fact, I think there's an episode coming out called Decapitator. Thank you so much, man. Rob's like, he will notice eventually if you keep reminding him. That's not guaranteed, Rob. Not guaranteed. He has that epic. He has the epic axe. I do. The axe has a chance. Now, what's interesting about the axe is I lose, I think, 100 health, and I lose 15 strength and something else. I think even hit or something. But it has a chance to send. No, it has a chance to make the target bleed. I don't know if it stacks. It doesn't say. But I just love an axe in the hand as a warrior. I don't know why. They just look cool. And that Decapitator looks freaking awesome. Thank you, Torment. I'm currently rocking that thing right now. Thank you so much. This is JWPNC1 on Subscriber Hills. Construction begins. City Skylines Season 5, Episode 3. Holy moly. Some people going back and watching from 22 hours ago. Pretty sure you could work at the DMV in North Carolina. This is how I imagine they are when designing our highways. There's no telling what I did. I probably flooded something. This is why I love this game so much. It's even if you're not. I started watching City Skylines. I'd never played a city builder or anything like that. And I started watching, it was actually Imperial Jedi. He's still around, and I don't know if he's still doing Skyline stuff, but I started watching him. He just had a really chill vibe, and he's a good Skylines builder, and he was having so much fun in it. Like, I'd never played it, but I got so into it just watching him play it. It inspired me to try the game, and I was hooked on it almost immediately. It's a really fun game. And again, I'm not sure about the future of City Skylines 2, at least on my channel, because I'm having a hard time with it as far as the crashing and stuff like that, but we'll see what happens there. Thank you, JW, for watching some of my older stuff. Appreciate that. Mr. Matthew, he is one of the longest people I've had here on the channel. How's it going, Matthew? A lot of people here have been with me for a very long time. It's cozier with the light off. All right. Oh, I know what happened. I dug some lights out of my closet, and they were not fully charged, but I turned them on. One of them had gone out, and I guess it made it cozier in here. Thanks, Matthew. This is the Rad Hatta. I love interesting YouTube names. I don't know why. This is on Iron Man Challenge 155. Really excited about your Resident Evil 7 playthrough. My friends and I are from my home country. Loved RE. Where is your home country, man? I'm very interested. I like personal information on my viewers. I don't need a specific address, but when I moved countries, on my last night with my friends, we finished RE7 in 10 hours, 2 of which were stuck on a boss. That's cool, man. I'm going to love the game. I already know it. I'm super into the first episode already. And in fact, I've been waiting. That's how I know I'm going to enjoy something. After I've recorded something and I can't wait to do the next recording, or I do something back to back, then I'm really into it. That's cool, man. Yeah, Resident Evil 7 premieres tomorrow night. Premieres. 7 p.m. Mountain Time U.S. So I don't know how that translates. I only know how that translates here in the U.S. But yeah, man, where'd you move from? Where'd you move to? That's cool. I love finding out things like that. Obviously, you don't have to tell me a damn thing. It's like, I'm not telling you my business. Fly Jumbo Man, what's going on, brother? He's a new member of the channel, and he's been publicly subscribed to me for 3 months. Fly, I super appreciate your support. I really do. It means a lot to me. This is on Bear Freaks. Brother, it's 1:09 in Central California at 8 p.m. Jesus. We're melting, but I just got home until my AC starting to cool down and hyped to watch your video. Man, that makes me feel great, man. I'm still always kind of blown away and surprised that people watch my stupid ass and get some enjoyment out of it. I don't know. When I hear somebody say something like that, it just, It makes me feel good. I appreciate it. I do not envy you. Central California, I used to live there myself. Good God, is that hot? It's not 120 or 125 like Palm Springs. I'm assuming Palm Springs. I think Palm Springs is close. It's like northeast of San Diego, California, which is like the southern part. Death Valley, I'm pretty sure, is the hottest place on the earth, where it could be 125 degrees in the shade. I think it's insane down there, wherever that is. But I feel like it's in that area, Death Valley. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys will correct me. This is Cynics on episode 24 on the Warrior. Weapon DPS is the most important stat by far. You preferably want the highest top end, which is the slowest weapon. It's even more important as arms your weapons scale on weapon damage more than strength. Okay. All right, that's good to know, man. I'm constantly learning about the how to play the game. Yeah, I've always been such a casual player with Warcraft. I've never really cared. That's why I've always sucked. But I just have fun doing what I do. But I didn't know that. Like, so I should pick a weapon with higher DPS than. I guess it would depend, though, right? If you have something with 15 strength over like a 5 DPS upgrade, I'm assuming you would go with the strength. There must be some kind of switch over or change off. Thanks for letting me know, man. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. Saved by Grace on Bear Freaks. I lost my 28 Nelf Hunter Iron Man by accidentally accepting a party invite. Ouch. I thought I had invites turned off in Leatrix, but it wasn't. I immediately hearthed and deleted the tune. Under normal Iron Man, I would not have been disqualified as I immediately left the group. But since I was using the hardcore add-on, this is right. Yeah, the hardcore add-on is, I think, even more hardcore to use because it is actively monitoring you and will flag you immediately if you screw up. You failed. I actually didn't know it actually popped anything up like that. I did use this hardcore add-on. But this guy right here, Saved by Grace, not only does he do like the Iron Man and the permadeath stuff, but he does these sub achievements where you're not questing. You can't kill a certain thing. You have to stay in a certain stance. Just insane to me, man. It says it failed for the solo portion of the achievement. I chose to delete. I still have my Troll Hunter Iron Man. She's now 39. Rock on, brother. I did some pretty stupid things that I wouldn't repeat, such as Councilman House in Hillsbrad. Yeah, I know exactly what house you're talking about. That is really risky to do. That place is full of elites. I'm pretty sure is what you're talking about there. Is that right? In like Alteric? Oh, no. This is where the like the farm is, and you have to go inside the place. There's a shit ton of ads. I generally skip that. That is a nightmare area. Each new level is noticeably more difficult than the last. Not sure I can get her to 60, but it's sure fun trying. Well, if anybody can do it, man, I feel like you can do it, brother. Rock on. Keep me notified. Let me know how you do there. So are you playing this? Are you playing in Classic or Classic Era? I'm just curious. I'm interested to know those things for sure. This is Saved by Grace again. Bear Freaks. At 1310, it's better to turn those in at level 59. You will get 440 XP. Oh, crap. Per 5 feathers. Oh, man, I didn't realize that. So, yeah, I turned in 5 feathers and I got 50 XP, and I was like, what the hell? Thanks for letting me know, man. I didn't realize the feathers were also turned in at level 59, but I have a whole list of stuff I'm saving for level 59 to do this because I do want to make it. Thanks for letting me know. That's a massive jump in XP. So I'm still going to have to grind the mobs, though. They only give 5 XP right now. They give 5 XP, I think, per kill. But I'm trying to get to neutral so that I can go through the cave into Winter Spring because I'm honestly thinking about just Western Plaguelands for a little bit and then Winter Spring to level 60. But we'll see. Thanks for letting me know, man. Wailing Caverns, Episode 2, Goblin Priest. By the way, how does Discipline rank with Holy Priest in Cataclysm? I looked at it a little bit. It just seemed like Holy had more healing capability early on. But I am curious to know if Discipline might be a better spec later or something. I don't think I've ever healed as a Discipline priest. No, because we had the human priest, and he was, well, his name was Holy. Actually, I think I did switch to Discipline based on recommendations. So it makes me wonder. I'm not sure about Cataclysm though. This is David Nelson. 2415. I can tell you from experience, you can still miss the jump. Oh, can you? It looks smaller to me. I've missed this jump. I don't know if you. Damn, that music is loud. Yeah, it looks a lot closer to me than that. I think it used to be different. I feel like they nerfed this a little bit, but it would be sad to miss that jump. Yes, it would. This is the Pursuer on an episode called Yikes. This was a close call with death. At 10:20, yeah, dude, I've had quite a few games horribly spoiled by doing things like that. I've learned my lesson now, so I avoid everything until I finish the game. I was probably talking about Red Dead Redemption here. Let's check the timestamp. Thank you for the timestamp. And said he's like, spoiler alert if you don't know the end of the story. So I had to stop watching it because I don't know how it ends, and I don't want to know how it ends. Gosh, I hate seeing myself on the screen. Yeah, I started watching the voice actor cast from Red Dead. This was back in like 2019, and they had a whole bunch of questions that were being asked, and it was really fun and cool to watch. I was super into it. But then somebody asked a question, and Sadie, well, the woman who plays Sadie Adler, who was one of my favorite characters in the game, says, this is a spoiler alert, and I'm glad she said it, so I stopped saying it. I actually have it saved up here. I'm going to watch it after I finish the game. Very interesting to me. Yeah, I get spoilers every once in a while on games, but they're usually not too terrible. But my community is wonderful, and they tend not to do that, which is awesome to me. Help is fine. I love help, even if it's pointing me in a little certain direction, because I will get frustrated. Like, I don't like to look things up, but if I've spent too much time and I feel myself getting frustrated, I'll pause the game and Google that shit in a second to look it up. At 11:46, that's actually a good thing, because Red Dead 2 is actually a prequel to the first game. Is it? Oh, I didn't actually know that, man. So if you played the first one, you would have more than a few things spoiled. So it works better in this order. Won't leave any details, so there's zero spoilers. I didn't know that, man. I just assumed this was a follow-up to that game. That is excellent to know. Thank you for letting me know that. So this makes me want to maybe try the first game after. I'm curious, is the first game, does it stack up anywhere near close to Red Dead Redemption 2? I have a feeling it doesn't, but I don't know. But I am interested in that. Is it Arthur Morgan you play? Do you play somebody else? I'm assuming it's Arthur, but it would be, well, I don't know. That's interesting. This is Jamie on Yikes. Grass on 55E, that sure was close. My heart stopped. It was close. Yeah, I was a little bit distracted by another player in the area, but I also just wasn't playing very well, and I was kind of ignoring an elite. I purposely took a couple of shots from it, just not thinking, and I got down to like 150 health or something. Grats on 55 from Dash Gamer. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Look at this. Thank you so much. He's been a member for 1 year and 1 month. I can't believe it's been 13 months since I got monetized on my channel. That's incredible to me. Thank you, Dash. Oh, I'm at the end here, and we are over an hour. David Nelson, grats on level 55. I love the Biggie proclamations. We are not going to Silith this. Fuck that place. 3 episodes later. The next episode, I think we'll swing into Silith this. Yeah, well, I remembered there are like some little intro things, but these little intro things are a pain in the butt, man. They're risky. I'm not going to spend much time there, but I realize I'm a damn liar. All right, let's switch off here. Back to the King's Room. Am I uploading anything currently? No. No, I am not. All right. Well, that is it. I want to thank you so much for commenting and your support. I love reading the comments. Have a lot of fun with it. I've just been too busy because I used to just reply every day. I would type back, but I have been not overwhelmed, but it's a lot going on with the channel, and also kind of like in my personal life. But I'll just do this from time to time. And sometimes I'll reply via just typing back to you, but I will do this from time to time. Now, I won't be able to do this forever. I don't think. I mean, it could get to the point where, if I let 7 days go by, there could be hundreds and hundreds of comments. I'm not saying that I'm awesome or whatever, but my community are very interactive, and I love that. But if it gets too much, I probably get to a point where I won't be able to really respond to every single thing. But we'll see. But I love it. I really do. I love that you guys engage, and I love engaging back. So anything else to announce? Not really. Just the Fright Night starts tomorrow. City Skylines Episode 1. City Skylines 2 Episode 1 comes out today. And if you watched the previous City Skyline stuff, I would usually do I like doing custom intros to my videos. I have fun doing it. And I had a whole separate thing I was doing for Skylines. I'm going to try to do that again. But I'm having I did it in the first video, but I'm having a little bit of a rough time making it work really well. Because in order to get these nice epic shots for the intro, I have to go in and change settings temporarily in like what's called photo mode, but the game hates it because it puts so much, it taxes my GPU so much, so it struggles. So I'm not getting the epic shots that I really want to get. So we'll see. I might just try to get one good one and use it for all of the intros, but what I was doing before, each City Skylines video had its own specific, its own intro and outro with a little song in it, the intro and the song and the outro of the song, and then where we currently were in the build in the game is what you would see in the intro, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I'm going to do my best. I don't know if I'll be able to play the game very long. It really depends, but like I said, I'm not going to sacrifice video quality just for gameplay footage, despite how much I might like playing the game. But we'll see what happens there. Hopefully they just keep improving and keep fixing the broken game that they released. But again, thank you so much, Jamie, for the gift. It was really, really cool of you, man. I really appreciate it. That's it for me, you guys and gals. Take care. I will see you in a future episode of something. Peace.